this when he gives speeches, but I think there's a real question about how he acts on it. And Egypt, I think, is giving me a lot of worry right now, and Yemen as well.
Hafsa, do come in. I apologise for interrupting you just then.
No, it's fine. I just wanted to expand on the whole religion and politics argument, and in particular what's happening in Egypt. It seems like there is this sudden fear from external or outside forces in the Western world about what's happening in Egypt, mainly pivotally, of course, because of the Israel factor and the Arab-Israeli conflict, but this fear born out of the Salafist movement and the Muslim Brotherhood. The reality is that these movements have been around for years. The Muslim Brotherhood was formed in 1927 or 29, I think. So it's not about the fact that they're suddenly taking over the political vacuum that's happened in Egypt right now. It's more that for the first time after 30 years of suppression, their voice is being heard. This country is and always will be a majority moderate country. It is not a country that wants neither the far-right conservatism nor the far left. It is a moderate country, and the Islamic base of people are not extremists. It's not about a radicalization of the religion. We're not Al-Qaeda. It is about importing conservative values, using the religion as a base for that. I'm not
We'll
saying
learn a little bit more about exactly what Egyptians do and don't want from their leaders and from their representatives when we have those first elections.
And Scott, to answer your point, you know that all that President Obama talk's a good game. Talk is important. Speech is important. That is what we're here today to celebrate. So that when President Obama goes to Cairo and speaks about aspirations and hopes of freedom, and then wins the Nobel Peace Prize and is criticized, right? He's criticized. All he's doing is talking. And then we look a year or 2 years down and look at the amount of change that has occurred in the region and the amount of role that speech and Facebook and communication played in that revolution. I think it's important also to recognize that speech and expression and the right speech and expression support aspirations that are key and important ones. And we shouldn't talk them down.
No, really, I need to ask something. Are you suggesting that President Obama's visit was in any way useful to our country?
You know, I might have an opinion about it. I'm not going to suggest what your opinion should be, but I think when the President of the United States talks about, when the President of the United States talks about hope and aspiration and tries to bring people together instead of dividing them, I think that that's a helpful thing.
But you have to balance that against the fact that, you know, there are billions of dollars flowing every year from the U.S. Treasury into the Egyptian military, and that has been that's been the source of a big problem here. They maintain order, but they're doing it quite violently.
Well, also the export is going in the other direction right now, right? If you look at the Occupy Wall Street protests, so much has been learned from the protests that have been taking place in the Arab world. And I think, you know, maybe we're asking the wrong question. The right question is, should we have been paying more attention to what was going on in the Arab world earlier than we did? Because we've been learning.
Let's ask the question. We've got a couple of minutes. Who has watched the unfolding of the various Arab uprisings and felt regret that America didn't do more to support change over the years? Have any of you had that emotion? Jamil seems to be suggesting that he feels that way. I wonder about the rest of you. No one's putting their hands up, which makes me think that maybe you haven't. Did you reflect on that, Scott? Did you reflect on that?
I agree with Jamil about this. I mean, I wish the U.S. had been working more with civil society to build freedoms in these countries, and less with the militaries and the intelligence services. I think we put the emphasis of our activities on the wrong side of the scale.
Steve, have you watched the news?